Yeah.
When you are doing a memory jump or analysis of
Right.
real-time process or it needs a symbol files to debug, right?
Yes.
When you attack the DLL.
Right.
The symbol files are enemy by default in the system. How will you identify that the file is original or unknown?
Yeah, actually, like there are a lot of known good databases, and actually, what you can do is you can eliminate using the standard database list.
Standard database. But it's tool as an inbuilt or how?
No, you can load. NIST has a lot of known goods as well as known bad files. To speed up your analysis, what you can do is you can load their database and then do an analysis. Normally, unknown threats are still time-taking, as well as things which actually are obfuscated or changed from the normal pattern. Say, I am a hacker. I have created a malware, which is completely different than others. But still, it has to follow some pattern. So obviously, we will come to know in the static as well as dynamic analysis. As well as there is one more technique called as reverse engineering, which I think you're talking about. Is like if you can decompile it as well as you can look at the source of. But still, it needs the kind of packaging this particular DLS or EXE has. If it has capability to look at the source or construct the source. If a particular thread can have anti-reverse engineering techniques also, the kind of packaging they will do for an EXE. It can be an irrecoverable or the source cannot be found also.
Is there any way to do the real-time stuff?
Pardon?
Is there any way to do a real-time analysis?
Yes, HB has. There are a lot of tools which can actually give you a real-time analysis also.
I will not be having enough much time to find out all this. So, if I am a hacker, if I want to run for every day 5-10 minutes, go along.
Yeah, normally like using tools, that is how. I think I didn't answer your question. Let's actually move from this topic. Can you just, can anybody just, why I'm using these images? Any guess? Like, something here down, I don't know what it is.
Honey?
Yeah?
Honey. Honey there.
Yeah. No, just like this. Can you recognize this object? Yes, exactly. I have a theme here, actually, for you. I picked it up from a cartoon movie called Ice Age. And this Ice Age has this, this object got stuck in the ice. And there's a squirrel called a scratch. Actually, it's behind this nut all the time. And why I chose this theme is because forensic evidence can be a nut. And to chase it, you need that passion. You need that kind of courage to hold it as well as to gain it. And in real time, actually, what happens is as the same happens in the movie also, when you get hold to that, you will be happy, but the very next moment there will be some more challenge. So that's why I just thought I'll just explain the theme of this. And find evidence which is forensically sound can also be like similar to finding that. I'll just wrap up with a couple of actually kind of detection techniques here. Actually, what I'll do is I just quickly tell you that suspicious log entries. Actually, what they can do is event logs or file protections or any of event logs can also lead to a suspicious entry. So, administrators or the incident responders, they can have a look at, as a daily activity, they can look at suspicious log entries, suspicious processes and services, any new process which is introduced in a server, or any new service which is getting added into a server can be looked at, as well as suspicious files and registry keys. Normally, servers follow change control process, and it might go in detail for high-value servers to look at from suspicious files as well as registry entries. Any modifications in the registry entry can actually give you a lot of, as well as suspicious network usage, we already know a lot of techniques to actually detect, as well as scheduled tasks is one more area which you can actually look at. Because new tasks, people can actually can give you a lot of incidents to be detected. And the suspicious accounts, this is a very interesting area where actually backdoor or the threat, when it goes beyond a certain level, it will create suspicious accounts to keep their access on. And this is the area where you can detect and find out suspicious accounts.
Account privileges.
Yeah.
Account privileges. Typically, I have a known account.
Right.
Somehow I could hack it to escalate the
Privileges.
and then I will disappear. Or my normal tool would detect me and destroy me. But I have those accounts already escalated. So
Right.
next attack would be not escalating but using that account.
Correct. That is it. But that's it. The account itself, whether or not it should be in a place, can be a start point for detection. And then obviously privileges is one more area to look at. There are a lot of tools here in the body. There are a lot of commercial tools. Basic tools basically is the area where you can create your own scripts, which people love a lot because you can gain much information, more information which you wanted as per your cases. Because a lot of tools normally what they do is they do the things which their intention is. Obviously they will try to keep it as generic as possible, but the forensic cases normally are a little bit unique in nature. So you can have your own scripts created and do them a lot in your investigation.
Can I take a live memory? Like some network is running. I found that some suspicious activity is there within this particular network, and I already laid down that okay, this is coming from that particular.
Right. So you acquire
in some manner the memory dump.
Right. In case enterprise does it. X-rays, enterprise solutions, they can do it straight away. But normally, in a computing environment, you should have a user consent. So actually, like if you have an approval, you can straight away go and yes, there are tools actually.
You try to install some kind of
remotely also, if you have actually privileges to connect, you can later connect them.
So is there any difference of this memory dump and it is the same?
No, actually, there might be a difference. One is if the network or the memory area which is accessible from the network. Because if you are running, or if you are running a servlet, or if you are running a piece of code from the local machine, it has more access than the network. So agents can be helpful, actually. Putting agents onto the machine, piece of code which is residing on the machine, and then ask them or allow them to create a task. And of course, like if you create a hash value while acquisition, as well as the process which you are following for the acquisition, obviously should be sounded and true. So future, actually incident response and forensics is a new area, as well as there are a lot of opportunities, as well as there are requirements from business as well as industry, as well as government sectors also. Actually, why I put this picture is future can be clouds, but still you have to put your feet on ground, be with facts, and I think use some confidence.
Is there any possibility taking the pen drive there to take any pen drive that enacts and now in any space so that you can post your own code and keep it in the pen drive? Is there any possibility there? Because the moment you change anything in that the pen drive will not work. So is there any space available in that particular?
There is a free space which is available in the pen drive which we can enter data into. Like there's free space in the hard disk memory, there's free space drive because both of them are hard disk. Both
It
of
is
them
a nice storage
basically
medium.
It will be interpreted to just change so that the pen drive itself will not.
The free memory that is there is not being used by any of it. It's just like the waste memory which has not yet been used. So you can enter anything in it. And once you start filling up your pen drive, even the free space that is available in pen drive will start reducing.
Yes.
How do you deal with programs or code which keep on changing their location in the memory?
Yes. Yes, actually, process enumeration as well as the PSN numbers as well as what we can
The base
actually.
number will keep on changing.
Pardon?
If you look at base number, it will keep on changing.
Correct. You're talking about a polymorphic set of code.
So, is there any tool which can help us analyzing those this kind of program is polymorphic and it is keeping on jumping?
Normally, I think behavioral based or assembly based programs.
So, how will we go and analyze? Because first of all, we don't have board logic. Because right now it might be in one location. We get 1201 to be in the case address XXX. Otherwise, it will change.
Yeah, normally like what it can do is like I think it should be worth changing as well as it should have some kind of a significant data loss, and then you can actually chase a particular activity and lay it down from that activity as a start point and go back as well as then it will
Tracing activity.
the tracing activity. So it can create a timeline. And you can have activity which is what might be a next target, what can be a next kind of algorithm which we can follow.
It also seems like when the task list, when you see the process and all. So like I've seen this in Vista. What happens there are some processes which have PIDs, but then they do not. They use memory as well. They do not have any description. They do not have any other information. It's just like the PID and the memory usage that is there. So, like, why does that take place and what is it basically?
Yeah, I think it should have a description.
Yes.
But then if a program, a native program is using it, so I think when they actually load a particular process, this particular process is not followed. And what you can do is actually you can have a look at known loop so that to eliminate error because there will be thousands of processes right now. So to nail down to a particular file or to a particular process obviously needs certain ways.
I just want to ask you one question. If I have two questions. One is I'm actually not from this field, but I've been reading a lot of research papers, nature of malware design. Have you worked on encrypted malware? Because the whole decryption engine should be in the code, right? So it should not be very challenging because the space restrictions are very, very much there. Have you worked on encrypted malware?
Encrypted malware is not yet, but I think theoretically
because it should be possible. Because he's putting that decryption engine in there.
it will be obviously. It has to have there in the so of course what I will look at it is like even in case of CSR, CS30 or the kind of next threads, dumping a particular process into outside of memory can give you an unencrypted administrator. So what you can do is you can actually dump the entire memory altogether into a separate location. Have all those files scanned by an NDI. So that it will speed up your data as well as this particular file has to be unencrypted. And then find out what is the actual location from the address, page address. You can find out whether it is stored in the hard disk or not in an encrypted manner.
Second question is, a lot of times when you're doing analysis of this, you come to about 70% level and you get stuck. You don't have the confidence to.
Right, actually, that's why I actually normally put this.
So I want to know whether can I convert it into a high level logic? You some kind of a cross compiler or something. Do you know of anything which you worked on? Because that's where we're getting stuck. Where we're coming with 60% and 70%, and then I don't find the chaps who are under being very convincing because I am not got satisfied with because you have to get the mind of the hacker. The idea is to get the mind. What is
Get the mind or maybe like mind is one thing. Second one is reconstruction of events. Actually, will have a very strong kind of area where you can find